Welcome back to Sign on Crew. I'm Alfie. Working on board the cruise ships has been one-of-a-kind experience. It brought many good things in my life, and on this video I want to list a few to give you an idea why you should consider working on board a cruise ship. The first is language. My native language is Spanish. In Mexico, because of the proximity with the US, English is taught in private schools. However, as most of us who try to learn English as our second language, and even if you learn it in the school, that doesn't mean that you are fluent or let alone you can speak in a conversational level. So one of the first good things that I can attribute of having working on board a cruise ship is to improve my communication skills, from becoming conversational into becoming a fluent speaker. And yes, I know I make mistakes frequently, but I continue learning and improving while consuming material on that language. English not only helped me grow as a person, but also open other opportunities such as job or meeting people that otherwise I wouldn't be able to interact with them. This language has also been a very good tool while traveling. The second thing is visiting places. For this, I'm extremely grateful. To list a few of the places I have visited, thanks to the cruise ships, are major cities in Europe like Lisbon, Barcelona, Rome, Florence, Paris, London, Oslo, Copenhagen, Stockholm, the Caribbean islands, and just to name a few, Aruba, Barbados, Curacao, San Martin, and other locations in the world such as Hawaii, Fiji, Australia, and many others. Note that I say visiting and not traveling. Why is that? When you travel into a country, you get to experience way more things than you will when you go on a cruise ship, not only as a crew member, but also as a guest. On a regular cruise, you will have about 7 days. You may have 4 ports of call or 5. The rest are cities. That means that the ship will stay in port, let's say from 8 in the morning to 5 p.m. Now remember that you also have to work on those days. Let's say you have a morning shift, so you might finish about noon. At that time you can head out, so you spend a few hours in the port. Your shift will start about 4 p.m. So it's about 3 hours that you can enjoy during a port, and the rest is true for the other ports. Unless the schedule is different or you have other duties or trainings to attend, in which case you might not even be able to go out. Still, as a crew members, we make the most of it and we enjoy our time out there. One of the great perks that we have as a crew member is to join excursions, which means that you can go with guests into organized tours, and all this will be if your schedule allows it to, or your supervisor, which mostly, or most of the times, the supervisors will work their way to get the crew member to take turns to enjoy the ports of call. The third one is friendships and relationships. Thanks to the ships, I met people that right now have become very good friends. I guess one of the reasons that you build strong bonds is that as a crew member, you are away from your family and closest friend, and you spend a great amount of time on board, from 5 to 8 months depending on your contract. Work is constant and hard, so you start creating connection with those colleagues that later on during your contract you see them as your family. Working on board the cruise ships saved my life, and I'm very grateful for it. And if it's not for this job, I wouldn't ever meet my wife or move to Korea, or I wouldn't even be talking to you on this video sharing my experience. If I could go back on time, I will do it again. As for now, going back on board after 8 years working on a cruise ships, I see it highly unlikely. The reason? It's not a life that we wish to continue as a couple or as a family, where eventually in any of the countries we will have to be away from each other. So for now, it's not in our plans. We both believe that there were times for things in life, and working on board was great as single, but as family, it's just not what we want. We thank you again for watching our videos and for those comments that you left previously, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.